Hey Ranger Nation, so today I'm kind of very excited because we're doing a tier list. I don't normally do these, but I saw Esther the Gamer do one. I've seen a few other people do them, so mainly this video was inspired by him. So I'm going to do this. I think this is going to be amazing, so I can't wait. So this is how it's going to work. We have different rankings, S, A, B, C, D, E, and garbage. Just literal garbage. So we're going to take each one of these and I'm going to talk about each one and kind of move it up, which is my favorite, so you guys can all see, and just generally talk. Now I'm going to also do the same sort of thing as Esther, which is pretty much just like not including the super seasons, but I will talk about it. I really wish those super seasons and stuff. You also got like 3 seasons of Mighty Morphing, and then you got Alien Rangers. Alien Rangers won't be in this as well, but that would I'll tell you where that's gonna go. So let's begin. So first of all, we'll start with Mighty Morphing. Now, where's it gonna go? It's gonna go here now. I would possibly say that this is going to be a D, I think. I know it's where everyone starts. I know that everyone is going to be like, what the hell? Why is it so low? It may go up, it may go down. But I like it to some degree, but I'm not a huge fan of it, considering how everyone seems to love it now. Hipster Mark. No, generally, like after rewatching it, season 3 is possibly a really good one. But there's so like kind of lots of mistakes all the way through, which is like all of them. Okay, so the next one is Zeo. Now I love Zeo. Zeo's going S rank. It is one of the best ones. It's the one that really stood out to me. It's the one that I absolutely love. And by the way, this is all my opinions, so I can't wait to read the comments on this one. So Zeo is definitely higher. I remember having much more of a I had much more of a connection to this one. My Morphing, I will still say, was a shocker back then because it introduced me to this. But as taste changed and stuff, Zeo has still stayed at number 1. Okay, so the next one is Turbo. Garbage. It is a garbage season. Just no. I think mainly because it changes so much into this. It's just weird. Like, through like Mighty Morphing and Zeo, you had Tommy being like a karate person, never once really talked about cars, and then the second Turbo's in, it's like, it's all about cars, it's all about cars. Now I will give it one grace, when it turns around and does the film and then links in with the series, that's when I was just like, do you know what? That's a good series. Like, no, that's a good way of transitioning in, rather than here's a film and then now we've got to do a series which then gets the thing. But they don't explain a lot about how the Zeo powers like kind of go. That gets me a little bit. But I just generally really hated Turbo. It was like one of the seasons that I was kind of like, it made me want to leave the Power Ranger fandom a lot. I know it probably got better with TJ and Ashley and Carlos, as well as Cassie. I hope I got the names right. But yeah, I didn't like Turbo at all. So the next one is In Space. Now, I'm going to give it an A rank because as much as I've not... I'm going to give it an A rank. I was like trying to think, I've not seen all of it, but it generally it held my interest more than a lot of stuff. So definitely, I think it's an A rank to me because it saved the franchise. So I really enjoyed that, and definitely after Turbo, it's what it needed. So yeah, I really enjoyed In Space to some degree. So Lost Galaxy. Now I was not a huge fan of Lost Galaxy. I am right. That was the next one. If it's not in order, I don't care. Okay, so Lost Galaxy was okay. I like the fact that they moved over to like a different place. But one thing is, and I know obviously with Kendricks, she had the obviously the actress left due to medical reasons and stuff, and when they obviously got rid of the character, I think to me that would have made more of a statement rather than bringing her back later. Or I think that's it. I think the series is good. I loved the Psycho Rangers being in that as well. They were really cool, but it had some really good storylines, but it didn't hold me a lot to it. I think that was like the kind of last one that I properly watched before high school, or I was in high school and I kind of stopped watching it. We got this like a year after all you guys in America. Okay, so the next one after that, which one is it? Lightspeed Rescue. I'm gonna put it in a D tier, mainly because it wasn't what I enjoyed. It was an okay series. It just didn't hold my attention that much. I have to admit, I will give it props for the Megazord fight at the end, where the bad guys were controlling the Megazords. I thought that was really, really cool. But yeah, I'm going to give it a D because, again, I can tell you what happened with maybe the robot rangers that they had, like where they had them to save the day. I know it wasn't like the ones in Turbo. I will give it props for Titanium Ranger, and then the last ones. That's always a good one, but yeah. Okay, so after that one was Time Force. Now I'm going to give that an A rank because I did like Time Force. It had a lot of different like storylines. You know, I really like the rivalry between Wes and Eric. I thought that was really cool. And I like the fact that Eric was a badass and then he learned to like his friends. So I'm going to give that an A rank because I enjoyed it. And also you had the death of a ranger straight off the bat, you know, and the bad guys were interesting. You know, time travel, that was a lot of fun. Right, so which is next? So after Time Force. Okay, so we're going to go with Wild Force. Okay, I'm going to give that an E rank because I didn't really like it that much. I just generally wasn't a huge fan of this all because, I don't know, I didn't find the animal quests and like some of the storylines that interesting. I think the only one I did like was maybe the team up episode where they had the orgs and the mutants kind of mixed together. It's okay. I might change that. I don't know. Okay, so the next one after that was I can't remember. What was it? Okay. No, it was Ninja Storm. Okay, so I'm gonna give that an A. No, I'm gonna give that an S rank. Only because this is like it had a lot of different kind of stories. It was humorous. It had tons of things that really I enjoyed, and it brought me back into the franchise properly, which then made me go watch the others because Ninja Storm had the characters were great. The monster Lothar, boom! Oh, he was a great character. You know, and obviously you had. All the characters. Now you had like interesting bad guys. Like you had betrayal. Like you'd see some betrayal in some of the series, but this one had it. But Lothar wouldn't take no like crap from anyone. Also, I really liked the Wind Rangers and Thunder Rangers. They were all cool. And then obviously the whole time travel element with Cam. That was just generally a really good series. So Ninja Storm is an S rank in my eyes. So after that is Dino Thunder. Now this is tricky because I really like Dino Thunder. I'm going to give that an S rank as well, only because like the story. Oh my god, like having Evil Trent, he was cool. You know, you had Tommy come back. Now I'm not a huge Tommy fanboy. I prefer him out of all his incarnations and stuff. Basically all his roles. I really liked him in. Dino Thunder because I felt like his story had concluded. He'd gone from being the evil ranger in Mighty Morphin, you know, he became the leader in season 2, and then obviously he continued being the leader, but then he left his kind of post in Turbo. Zeo he was really good in, but in Dino Thunder I generally thought that was it. That was his way of completing the timeline to saying I've come full circle. I was the person that needed to be trained and now I am the person training. So I generally like that, and I thought that was a really like a great way to kind of like end his story arc. But I did like his Dino Thunder suit, so I really like the fact that it was kind of teaching as well, so that was kind of cool. Okay, so the next one was SPD. Now I'm going to give it a C rank on this one because I wasn't a big fan of it. I found some of it quite boring. I couldn't get into it. I like the premise of it, but again, not a great series to me. But I'm not going to say it's garbage or anything like that. So I think Sitting in a Sea is great for what it can be. Okay, so then we have what's the next one? Jungle Fury. RJ, obviously the best mentor ever. Yeah, no, I like Purple Wolf. Obviously, I like the whole thing where. Now, this is the thing. Like, people don't really like this, but I really like the fact that he had that the Rangers had sunglasses as a morpher. I love thinking outside the box, something that is completely different. So having solar sunglasses as a morpher. But one thing is with RJ, he is one of my favorite Rangers of all time. But because he taught people, he had his own inner problems to work with, and I thought that was, for the time, like, no one really kind of talked about this in any of the past Power Ranger series. But seeing RJ struggle, being at that sort of level, he was amazing. So Jungle Fury gets an S rank. Okay, so it's Mystic Force. That's an A rank. Now, I really like Mystic Force. I think it's a great series. I really do. It's something different. It's something that uses the element of magic. And, obviously they followed the Harry Potter type thing. That's the reason why it was kind of made. But I generally think that Mystic Force was possibly a great series. It showed the Rangers wanting to cheat at times with, Vera Vidal? No, it's I can't remember. But the Pink Ranger. If you know the Pink Ranger's name, let me know down below in the comments. But you had like her and Chip, but they wanted to bypass and not put work in. And then all of a sudden, they had to learn all of this. And that's what I like. What else? Like Nick being like a really powerful Ranger. Korag. Holy crap, Korag is an amazing bad guy. One of the best ones they've got there. But I just love how the story progressed. Like you rooted for them, and that's what I loved. I absolutely adore Mystic Force. So that gets an A rank from me. Not close to an S rank like the others, but definitely an A rank. Okay, so Operation Overdrive, garbage. Just whole garbage. I think it's possibly one of the worst series. It's even Turbo. I would rather watch the whole of Turbo than watch a single episode. Okay, fair enough. That's a lie. Only 2 episodes of Operation Overdrive is good, but the rest is garbage. I think one of the main things... So, as I say, I would give a whole go of Turbo, like a whole season, twice over than watching, apart from the 2 episodes, Once a Ranger, than anything of Operation Overdrive. Okay, so pretty much, I think the story could have been amazing. It could have been a good series, but it just wasn't up to the challenge. I think one of the worst things I absolutely hated was the fact is that they gave up. So when they lost their powers, it's like, I just don't care. But like in Ninja Storm, like when they lost their powers, they would still fight. That proves to me that, if you're a Ranger and you lose your powers and you've helped so many people and you just throw in the towel straight away, I generally think it's just not right. So plus the whole series is bad, so it goes in the garbage tier. I hate Operation Overdrive. I freaking hate it. So RPM, okay, so that is going to be a, I don't know, S rank. I'm going to give that an S rank because RPM was meant to be the last series. It did again a thing that was completely out of character, and that's what I think made the series for me. I think that you had so many elements to that. You had so many characters from different points of life. So like you had the Yellow Ranger, where she would be a princess, that she was open to like being posh and stuff, but then she learned how to kind of change because of her circumstances. You had the Red Ranger, Scott, who was just wanting to, prove himself, but when he became the leader, he didn't really need to after that. And Ziggy, oh my god, Ziggy is possibly one of my favorite Green Rangers, mainly just for his action and the whole thing of when they notice like the explosion and the eyes on the car and he talks about it. But I loved how his character was. He would help someone no matter what. So Ziggy, I think it makes the whole series. I just loved it. Even you had Dylan as well. Dylan would just go straight into things. But you know, he was also a kind of a ticking time bomb because he was mainly like a bad guy or had the bad guy virus inside him. So I generally think, boom. And then the way it ended, like they knew that if they could bring it back, boom, there's a whole new story right there. And I really wish that would continue on much more. Okay, so Samurai, I'm going to give it a C tier. I was not the biggest fan. I didn't like the fact that over here in the UK, I think it's also in America, where they first started with the 5th episode or something, where Mike, they've all got their powers, and Mike is like learning not to tell people. And then later on, you get the first episode of how they all get the powers. To me, it just didn't like it, was not a huge fan, and just generally, no, just no. So I see it's a good series-ish, but not my favorite. Okay, so then we had... Are we missing a season? I'm sure we're missing a season. Yeah, no, because it went into super modes, didn't it? I'm like, oh, I'm sure. So Megaforce, I am going to give that a B. Now, okay, I think the premise of Megaforce and Super Megaforce was a good way of telling stories and actually getting people excited. It's just they didn't do it very well. Now, I know it's not the actor's fault. It was more of the direction that they were given and the people behind the scenes. But Megaforce and Super Megaforce really kind of hold out. There's 1 or 2 okay episodes. But I'm going to give it a B. I know that's going to get a lot of hate. Okay, so Dino Charge. I am going to put that... I really don't know. I'm going to put it in B rank as well because I really enjoyed the series. I really did. I just don't like the way some of the characters turned out. Like Ivan, like I generally really like the Gold Ranger. I really like the Britishness that he put in, but having the characters change a lot, like to what they were, I didn't like that. I do like the fact that they had an old man ranger, Arthur. I think he was great. But even like you could tell that the characters, even the actors knew that they changed everything. So that I'm not 100% on. Okay, so Ninja Steel. Okay, I don't think it's a garbage season. I think it had okay episodes. I'm going to put it in an E. Mainly because if you took out Victor and Monty at times and most of the fart jokes, I think this season would have been a decent one. I generally really liked it. Super Ninja Steel, I just think that they could have... The whole plans would have been better. I really wish the base was the dad's old house rather than the school. I think that would have made more sense. But yeah, I don't think it is a garbage tier, but I don't think it's close, close off. It's garbage, but it's not like in the garbage section. So, okay series, could have been a lot better. So yeah, I think that's all. So am I going to change anything? No, I think I am going to keep it there. So yeah, I'm going to put a link to the description on that you can get this yourself. So if you want to do it, then tell me your responses. I really want to know. I know I'm going to get a lot of flack for this, I think. But I generally think I am excited I did that. I am... Oh, okay. I am excited. This is going to go out soon. So, yeah, I am going to leave it there. Those are my kind of choices. What do you think about this, Ranger Nation? Do you think that this was a good thing, or do you think this is bad? Okay, and I am going to tag some people in this. I'm going to tag Ranger Liz and also Orange Ranger. Yeah, I want to see what your lists are, and I want to hear your thoughts behind it. So let's get this going. So tweet at them as well, Sean and Liz. I want you guys to have a go of this. So yeah, I am going to leave it there, Rangers. What are your thoughts on this? Like, I am really excited. I really want to know. Do you agree with anything that I have said? Do you agree with my list? I know a lot of people weren't on a few of these, but let me know down below in the comments. And if you've liked this video, like your favorite, comment, and consider subscribing. Check that cheeky notification bell to let you know that more quality videos like this are dropping. And as always, Ranger Nation, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in a bit.